Good morning, students. Today we will discuss about the voltage and current relation in delta connections. In yesterday class, we discussed the voltage and current relation in balanced star connections, and today we are discussing about the voltage and current relations in balanced delta connections. So, the delta, or we are also calling it, is the mesh connections, and these connections are represented in this circuit diagram. In this connection, the dissimilar ends. It means if I'm taking coil A and A dash, then the dissimilar end of the other coil is the C dash, not C, because the A is the high potential terminal and C dash is the low potential terminal. Same you can see here. B is the high potential terminal, A dash is the low potential terminal. Here B dash is the low potential terminal and C is the high potential terminal. So in this connection, the dissimilar end of three phase winding are connected together. It means the finish of one winding is connected to the start of the next winding and so on to obtain the delta connection. The line conductor are joined at the junction of the winding of three phase system. So you can see here, this is the junction between these two. So here am taking this one is the A winding and this is the C winding. So here it is the junction, and that from this is these are the line conductor. This one is the line conductor here. You say the junction between these two B and A is this. This one is the line conductor which I am representing IB. This one IA, and third one is the line conductor is this one, which is the junction of C and B binding here, and that current is the IC. So all these are the line conductors here. In delta connections, no neutral exists. You are seeing here no neutral exists. Therefore, it is only three phase and three wire system. The voltage induced in binding is called the phase voltage. It means this one is the phase voltage, VB is the phase voltage in winding B, and VC is the phase voltage in winding C. And the current flowing the each coil, that is the phase current. It means IA is phase current, IC is phase current, IB is phase current. So I am differentiating my line current and phase current by taking in line current I am taking capital A, capital B, and capital C, and in the phase current I am taking the small a, small b, and small c here. Okay, and the voltage between two line conductors, so you can see here this one is the A conductor and this is the B conductor. So the voltage between these two is known as the line voltage. It means VAB is line voltage, then VCA is the line voltage between line A and C, and VBC is the line voltage between line B and C. So these are the line voltage, and the current flowing through these line conductors are called the line current. It means I capital A, I capital B, and I capital C. All three are the line currents. Okay. Now we will see the line voltage and phase voltage in balanced delta connection. You see in the balanced delta connection, and it is also clear from our this phasor diagram. You can see this VAB, that is nothing but is the line voltage between line A and B is nothing but it is equal to the phase voltage of binding A. Similarly, you can see this for line voltage between line A and C is nothing but it is equal to the phase voltage of coil C. And here you can also see this uh, line voltage is equal to the phase voltage of winding B. So that it is very much clear from this phasor diagram. So in the balance connection diagram, we can see the magnitude of voltage uh, is equal to respective phase voltage. So the line voltage magnitude is equal to the respective phase voltage. So you can say AB is equal, that is the line voltage, and it is the phase voltage. Similar for the uh, second line, or similar for the third line. So the magnitude is nothing but it is equal to the phase voltage. So what we are getting here conclusion, in the delta connection, when we are talking about the balanced delta connection, then the phase voltage is equal to the line voltage. So in this condition, if I draw the phasor diagram for the phase voltage and line voltage, that is nothing but both are the similar. It means this is equal to, if I am considering 0 degree, then this behind 120 degree, and this behind is the 240 degree if I am considering from clockwise direction, and if I am considering anti-clockwise direction, then it is 120, otherwise it is 240 degree. So the clockwise direction is the 240 with respect to VA, and if you are considering in the anti-clockwise direction with respect to VA, then is 120. So whether we are talking about the line voltage or we are talking about the phasor voltage, both are equal in this case. Now we will see about the line current and phase current in the balanced delta connection. In delta connection, the line currents are not equal to the phase current. Here the currents are not equal. The impedance in all three phases are identical because we are talking about the balanced delta connection. So if let us suppose the load Z, and that is the phase angle phi, is connected to parallel with the each phase, then the phase current is given by, that's a very simple formula. We divide our phase voltage by the load. So this one is our voltage here and divided by this impedance here. So we are getting this much current, that is the our phase current. So V is, or this was phrase, VV is the phase current and VC is the phase current. So what we can see here, we can see the phasor diagram of the phase current. So this phasor diagram I am drawing for the phase current, but it is respect to the phase voltage. So you can see this is behind by this phi angle, so it is this one. This again behind the phi angle, and 120 is, which is with respect to VA. So this 120 and then it's minus phi. So this becomes equal to this one. Is it okay? And in third case, what we are considering, this one is 120 and minus phi. So you can see this one is the 120 minus 5 here. So our IC becomes equal to this. So these are the phase currents with respect to our phase voltage, that is I am representing here. So we will see in the next slide, then the phase current is not equal to the line current, and then in that condition the phasor diagram we will draw with respect to our line current with respect to our phase current. So see here, if I am applying my Kirchhoff current law, then line current at node A. So I am talking about here, you can see in this, I am talking about this point A. So that my becomes equal to this one. If I see from this B, then it becomes equal to this. And if we are considering about the point C, that my the line current is this. So that I am representing in that slide. So this one is this, and these are nothing but this is the values which I mentioned in the previous slide. So I am taking this value and this value. So now you see the phasor diagram which we represented it here. This phasor diagram you can see, again I am representing here. This one is the voltage here, this one voltage, this one is voltage, and current is lagging behind phi angle. So that is given by here. So let us suppose if it is this one, then I, this is IA, so I am representing my IA, and it is minus phi angle, so it is here. Okay, so I am here introducing you to calculate or to determine the line current, how we can determine the line current by using the phasor diagram which I am representing here. Okay, so second, if we are talking about the IC is nothing but minus IC. So I will draw the my IC is just opposite in this direction, because from this equation you can see this is nothing but it is in the opposite direction. I am putting minus IC here, so IC becomes equal to this. Okay, so in this condition, if I draw this one, then it is nothing but a parallelogram. Okay, where the magnitude of this vector and magnitude of this vector is equal to, is it equal? And that is nothing but, what is this? This is the phase current. We have already seen it is nothing but it is the phase current. Okay, these are the phase current which we are representing. This one phase current, this one phase current, and this one phase current. So I am representing in this case my minus IC in this direction. So the amplitude of these currents is fixed, which is IP. So both have the equal here. So I am using the law of parallelogram to calculate the resultant, this one. And this resultant is nothing but it is the line current at node A. So that is nothing but I capital A, and I capital is given by this. So I putting this one is square, and this is angle, nothing but it parallelogram. This angle is the 60. So I put this value and this, and then calculated it. So my IA is becomes equal to root 3 IP. IP is nothing but the phase current. So that I calculated only for um, line current A here. Okay, similarly what I can do, I can calculate it for the line B and line C. So you can see this one here. If I'm talking about the line B, and that condition, what we have, the VB minus VA. So you see VB, VB is nothing, IB, sorry, IB is this one, and minus IA is nothing but that will be in this direction. Okay, and then I will again draw a parallelogram and calculate the value. I will get again the same value. It means I capital B equal to root 3 IP. Okay, and in the third case, when I am talking about the I lines current in the C line, and that is nothing but IC minus IB. So you can see here IC minus IB. So I draw my IB in the direction. Okay, and again I am calculating my resultant. So it's nothing but a parallelogram, and use the same formula, and again we will get the same value here. So that I am representing here, because in this diagram I am taking my reference voltage, but in the next slide on diagram I am taking the reference of current IA. So this IA becomes equal to this is minus IA, then my IB, and then my IC. These are the reference, and in this case it is behind I minus IC represented here. So resultant becomes equal to this, and IB is this one, and minus IA in this one. So is the resultant in this, again using parallelogram, and value getting same value. And in the third case, what we are saying, IC is this one, and then minus IB. So I positive IB this, and minus IB this. So again I draw a parallelogram and taking this, and the angle is this angle is the 60 degree. So in all three cases, what I am getting, the delta connection, the magnitude of line current is root 3 times of the phase current. Okay, so that we can say this is equal to line current equal to this. So this is the relation here. We can also observe from this phasor diagram, for the line current in the balanced delta connection with respect to the phase current. Okay, so we are taking this one our phase current, and this is our line current. You can say this one is our phase current, and it is our line current. And similarly we can say here the phase current, and it is the line current. Okay, so in this condition, what we can observing from this phasor diagram, that the line current A, B, C, all are the capital here, are 30-degree behind the respective phase current ABC. So you can see this is behind by 30-degree, this also behind by 30-degree, and this also behind by 30-degree. Okay, so in this case, with the phasor of line current, we can represent this one is the magnitude, and this minus 30 is putting we here. It means this one is this direction. Then again we are putting this one, the 120 is nothing but is the reference with respect to voltage here, and 30 is this minus. So this all becomes equal to 150. So if I see with respect to this, then it becomes like this way. Okay, and in the third case, minus 240 on, and if you are considering in the anti-clockwise direction, then you can put this, and this becomes equal to 90. So if I see with respect to this, so either I have to take care like this way, or we can say directly from this to this is nothing but 90 degree. So that is the phasor diagram of the line current with respect to phase current. Okay, so here we will see the power in the balanced delta connection. So the active power in this circuit is the sum of the power consumed in all three binding of the phases. So this one is the multiply. The active power is 3 multiplied the power in the each phases, and that is the power here. And phi is the phase difference between the phase voltage and corresponding phase current. That is the difference between the phase current and phase voltage. It is not the difference between the line current and line voltage. You must have know about this. In our delta connection, what we have seen in our delta connection, this becomes equal to, in delta connection, phase voltage is equal to the line voltage, but the line current is equal to root 3 multiplied by the phase current. So I am putting this value here, and then that is nothing but our active power. Our reactive power is given by this multiplied by the sine phi. It is measured by the voltage ampere reactive, and the complex power is written like this way: p and j q. J is j operator, we already discussed about this, and the total power is given by this in terms of the line current and line voltage. Okay, now we will see what is the difference between star and delta connection. This one is the delta connection, star is represented capital Y because it looks like Y. So what are the difference? Here the similar end of windings are connected to common point called neutral point, and free ends of the windings are connected to load. But when we are talking about the balance delta connections, then the dissimilar end of the bindings are joined together, and the joints and nodes are connected to load. This connection is referred to three phase and four wire. Why we are calling this the four wire? Because here we have neutral also. That's why we use three phase and four wire system. And in delta connection, we refer to three phase and three wire system because we don't have neutral here. Line voltage in balance star system is three times under root three times of the phase voltage, and the line voltage is equal to the phase voltage in balanced delta connection. The line voltage are 120 apart here, and here the in delta connection line current are 120 degree apart. In star connection, line voltage are 30 degree ahead of their respective phase voltage, but in the delta connection the line current are 30 degree behind the respective phase current. In star connection, the line current is equal to the phase current in the balance system, but in delta connection, the line current is three root three times of the phase current. The vector sum of the phase currents is zero in the balance system when we are talking about the star connection, and the vector sum of the phase current is zero when we are talking about the balanced delta connection. Phase currents are equal in the magnitude but 120 out of phase with each other. And in case of the delta connection, the phase voltage are equal in magnitude but 120 out of phase with each other. The phase angle between the line current and the corresponding line voltage is 30 plus phi with current lagging. But when we are talking about the delta connection, then the phase angle between the line current and the corresponding line voltage is 30 plus phi with the current lagging. In the balance system, we phase voltage, sum of the phase voltage and sum of the line voltage equal to zero. And in delta connection, the sum of phase voltage and sum of delta voltage is zero. The vector sum of the line current is zero, and same is in the balance system. Vector sum of the line current is zero. Star connections is more suitable for use of the high voltage, and the delta connection is more suitable for the use of high currents. So that all about the three phase balanced circuit and voltage and current relation in star and delta connection. So I think you understood all about this concept. If you have any problem, then you can write a mail to me on sham@gwc.ac.in. Thank you.